Peace and welcome. My name is No One, and today we'll be looking at the way we are living. See, so many of us are living stressed. So many of us are feeling the constant burden of our society. We're feeling daily stress upon our heads. And we think that this is normal. We think, my parents are stressed, my grandparents are stressed. It's normal. Just gotta work harder. Gotta take a vacation once a year. Unwind. Yet we take a vacation and what happens? We don't unwind. All we can think is, 3 days left to going back to work. Going back to the grind. We think, I'm on vacation. I should be relaxed, but there's just the stress I'm carrying. I just can't unwind. You know, we get more and more arguments, more and more discussions with our spouses, what we can do to get away from it all. And it just turns into arguments. And all this stress is mounting. We think that this is normal. This is a natural way to live. In fact, as the years go on, humans are getting more and more stressed. We've enhanced our way of living. We've made it easier with technology for humans to live. And yet, all this happened. All these technological advances, all they brought us is more stress. And it's not the technology. No. The technology is just fine. It's our way of living. Our society is broken. It's been broken for the longest time. But in the 21st century, it's just getting more and more broken. Every single year, the system cracks. We can see it, especially in COVID-19. COVID-19 is nothing new. It's not something that just came along and everyone's like, oh yeah, the system is broken. No, it just revealed the cracks in the system. It shone a light on the blaring mistakes of our society, the huge issues that we need to face as a species. And we think that this stress is normal. It is not. Do you know what stress is? Stress is a fight or flight response, but prolonged over a long period of time. You know, for so many of us, we don't even realize that if a lion comes at us, our body has a response. It gives extra energy, puts extra blood into our limbs so we can run. It keeps us at a heightened sense of awareness so we can look for any ways out or how to fight. This is meant for a short-term thing. We're not supposed to have a fight or flight response that lasts for months, weeks, or for most of us, years, decades, or for the whole of our lives. We are so stressed. This fight or flight response is a biological response to keep us away from predators, to help us survive. And yet, for the 21st century, we live in a way that's so broken. Let's look at the way we live. Let's say you lose your job. Within 1 month, you could lose your home, you could lose your spouse, you could be ostracized from your family, have no children anymore because they've been taken from you. You can lose literally everything. Let's look at the way we used to live. People in the olden days, I'm talking a long time ago, not the dark ages or anything like that. But in times long past, humans used to live at peace. We used to live stress-free lives. We didn't think that if one thing happened, we could lose it all. Because that's the root cause of our stress. We feel like our workingness. When we're children, we work so that one day we can achieve the good job. And even when we achieve the good job, we want more promotions so we can get more money, more wealth to have the good things. But all we're doing 99.99% of the time is stress. We're killing ourselves for things. And once we get the things, what happens? We're happy for 5 minutes and then it becomes normal. We forget about it. Heck, after a month after having it, you don't use it. Our way of living, this high stress way of living, is not good. In fact, so many people, employers look for people. Pro tip, by the way, if you want to get a job, just say, oh, I love stress. It brings out the best in me. This is a lie, though. It's a lie. Stress does not bring out the best in anyone. It's a prolonged fight or flight response. Your body doesn't know that there's not a lion coming at you, but it knows that your brain is perceiving a threat to your livelihood, a threat to your ability to survive. So it puts that flight or flight response into your body, and it prolongs it. And it's not meant to be like that. You're not meant to wake up with knots in your stomach every single day. And you know what? There is no bright future if you continue with the way we're living, with the way our society is. The rich are getting richer year in, year out. The poor are getting poorer. And there is no middle class. The middle class is gone. There is only rich and poor. And your stress levels are just going to increase. In fact, if you're my age now, if you're 35 years old, by the time you reach retirement, you will have no money in the government for you to retire. This is the sad truth. You will have to work until you die at your job. And what about our children and our children's children? They will grow up drowning in debt. And they will have to die at their jobs. We will end up in a dystopian future where if we die at the job, someone will just say, oh, clean up at desk 10 and get someone in here ASAP. We need to fill that job now. We're no longer human beings. No, we're highly stressed creatures, surviving. We're more akin to cogs in a machine. But there is a way out of this insanity, this madness that is gripping the world. I know it will take a lot of letting go of our current preconceptions of life and society. Heck, what I'm offering you is not easy. It's going to take work, but you will not have the daily stress and worry for losing everything if you dare to book in sick. In fact, I will leave this with one last example. Many people are saying, oh, the poor, they're more likely to get COVID. Yeah, of course they are, because they can't afford to book off sick. If you're barely making ends meet and you don't get paid days sick, well, you can't afford to book off sick. See that little cough, little fever you have? Not going to go to work anyway. But in utopian society, if you are sick, if you are too stressed, you will have the ability to take time off. In fact, the average work week will not exceed 25 to 30 hours. You will have free time to unwind, time to relax, and no fear of losing your home, no fear of being kicked out onto the street. In fact, family bonds is such an essential part of this society. Where's the family now? The family's forgotten because everyone can only think about their stress. We try to get away, use our phones to play games, and that just gives us more stress. There is an escape. I'm offering you an escape. Join me. Join us at the Utopia Society. We will heal the cancer that is pervading this entire society. There is a way out. A way out of this insanity. So I invite you, join us.